everyone, my name is Lisa and I'm the Viet Vegan because I'm Vietnam vegan, and today is What I Eat in a Day sponsored by Squarespace. So thank you, Squarespace. It is a Friday. It is a very normal day aside from the fact that Eddie's actually home today because normally he's working. We're both home, which means that I can make more food and then he'll eat it. So it won't just stack up in the fridge. So first thing I'm gonna do is, this isn't for me because I'm allergic to it, but Nature's Path sent me a ceramic bowl from Earth and Element, which is really beautiful, and it's like part of their fundraiser because they're doing a bunch of fundraising for food insecurity stuff, which is cool to me, and I like Nature's Path. But I forgot to tell them that I'm allergic to tree nuts, and they sent me a bunch of granola, which I'm sure is delicious because I love Nature's Path stuff, but I can't eat it because I'm allergic. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make him a little smoothie bowl with banana. I'm gonna blend this and then I'll show you what I'm gonna eat. Nice cream, hello. What is this, 2015? This granola looks so good though. Curses, I want it. Like, wow, hello nuts, I miss you. I wish I could eat you, but instead I'm giving you to Edward. I actually don't really want to eat this. It's really sweet and cold, and I'm kind of cold. It started to hurt my teeth, and so Eddie is eating the rest of mine. Thanks. He wanted more granola though. Yeah, smoothie bowl. Wow, 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 wow. Make it rain, granola. Whoa, that's a lot. You're gonna be very full.
Good. That's a good thing.
If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I really don't have that much of a sweet tooth, especially in the morning. I tried to eat that smoothie bowl. I think I had like maybe 2 or 3 bites. My teeth started hurting, so Eddie was like, well, I'll eat it then. He really enjoyed it anyway, so it was fine. I decided to make some more vegetable pancakes. If you guys have been following me on Instagram, you guys know that I've been eating this a lot, like a lot, and it's just been so nice to eat like a bowl full of shredded vegetables every morning and then dipped in soy sauce and chili oil and sesame seeds. So maybe it's not the healthiest, but it's been delicious and I've been having a great time. And I needed ways to use up my gluten-free flour because I've had it in my pantry for several years and I'm pretty sure it's probably not that good anymore, but I feel bad just throwing it out. So I decided to make some pancakes with it. And before I was using kimchi, but I ran out of kimchi, so now I just have vegetables. And it turns out it's just as delicious without the kimchi. So I'll put a link in the description for this written out recipe. It's also on my Instagram if you want to just check there, but I figured it'd probably be good to have it on my blog so that you have an easier way of accessing it. You can use literally any vegetables that you like having lightly battered and fried. Today I'm using some green onions, chives because I have them in my fridge, cabbage and carrot. I always like having at least 1 head of cabbage in my fridge at all times. This is Savoy cabbage, which I find very tender and very delicious, but more traditional green cabbage has a little bit more body and is a little bit more structurally ideal for these pancakes, but the Savoy cabbage is just so dang delicious. So when I was making the Instagram reel for these pancakes, I found that when I added too much liquid, it tasted fine, but the overall pancake was like kind of gummy and I didn't really like that. Because it's such a simple recipe, it's just flour, sparkling water to make it kind of fluffier, and vegetables. There's not really a lot of like leavening kind of situation. So I found out that I prefer having my vegetables like just barely coated. I'll add like just enough flour to coat all the vegetables, and I also added corn because corn is my favorite part of these vegetable pancakes. And using frozen corn keeps the batter really nice and cold so that when you fry it, it stays like really crispy and cold. I don't know what it is about having everything cold, but it's really nice. So I add just enough liquid to like kind of hydrate the flour. As you can see, it only just looks like the vegetables are like kind of coated in that batter. It means that it's crispier, but you still get a lot of the vegetable goodness. It still sort of sticks together, but it's not like gummy and like a thick pancake, if that makes any sense.
So
So for the sauce, I like to use a combination of soy sauce and black vinegar. And here I'm using tamari to keep it gluten-free for no particular reason. And then I'm using some chili oil, which is the one that I get from Fat Choy, which is the plant-based pop-up from Sue's, the restaurant downtown in Toronto. My favorite restaurant in Toronto. I add a little bit of toasted sesame seeds, some green onions. If I have cilantro, I add that too. It's a good time. And then I just rip apart some of the pancake, dunky, and eat. It is delicious. Not super filling, obviously not very high in protein, especially without any gluten. Still delicious. You get some sesame seed for that protein. It's a very minimal amount of protein, but you know, it's tasty. So anyway, that is my breakfast. Before we get back to what I ate today, let me tell you about today's sponsor, Squarespace. Fall is here, which means change is on the wind, and you might be finding yourself craving a change. That might mean creating a beautiful website to showcase your portfolio, launching an online store, or even starting your own food blog. Squarespace has built-in analytics and powerful blogging tools, and all of their templates are always mobile-friendly and don't require any updates or complicated code. If you want to ever change things up, simply pick from one of their many beautiful templates and add your own images and text to get your own easy customized website. So if you want to get started on Squarespace, go to squarespace.com/VietVegan and use code VietVegan. Get 10% off your first order. I initially wanted to make this today, but I'm not really feeling the stew, and I kind of feel like making stroganoff or hamburger helper, and we needed sour cream to do that. So we went to Coven because we had to pick up our soy curls that came in today anyway. Look at that big boy box. Boom box. And I found this amazing crab shred. I don't know, this looks awesome. I kind of want to make like sushi with it. There's so many things I want to make, but not today. That'll be another day. For dinner, we're making stroganoff. I had some mushrooms I wanted to use, and I felt like a creamy pasta situation. We're gonna cook up our mushrooms, and then we're gonna cook up our Beyond beef. So for the stroganoff, I cooked off a little bit of the mushroom first to sort of like release the extra liquid, because mushrooms are nature's marshmallow or sponge. For them to have that concentrated umami flavor, you want to cook out that liquid. So that's why they say don't overcrowd the pan, so that, you know, there's room for the mushrooms to steam out the extra liquid. So once I had that steaming out, I added onions and the Beyond beef. So I covered the pan first to like sort of defrost the Beyond, because I didn't really think about that ahead of time. So I just cooked that down until it sort of like browns, gets a little chunky, add in the onion, get that all juicy and cooked in there with lots of flavor, add garlic, etc. So for the pasta, I ran out of the strozzopetti, but I wanted to like make more pasta, so I just added half penne, half the other strozzopetti. So once the Beyond is nicely brown, I add some garlic, and then I add some Better Than Bouillon broth paste, which is really great. This is like one of my favorite ingredients. I get it from Costco. And then you start making the roux. So you mix out the bouillon so it kind of like cooks down a little bit. Add the flour so it starts to cook. To make that roux, I save some of the pasta water and I add that to the pan to create that good sauce. Once the roux is like kind of cooked through, you'll see the flour like thicken that paste, which is the roux. I add some vegan sour cream. I usually use the tofutti one. There are lots of other ones that you can use that I'm sure are better. I'm allergic to nuts, so tofutti is the one that is usually the safest and the most widely available for me. Yeah, stir in the sauce, which looks very appealing, I'm sure, and then you add in that delicious pasta. I mentioned this in the video that I have for this recipe as well, but if you guys want to use something more whole foods, you can make sunflower sour cream, and you can also use like lentils or TVP if you want as well. And then I add peas for that good veg to go with the mushrooms. This is an optional thing. I just had some cheese to use up, so I added a little bit of mature cheese. Their cheese is pretty solid. I like it a lot. And that was dinner. I actually had 2 bowls full, and I added a little bit of extra hot sauce because delicious. Why not? And then the last thing that I ate was some of this matcha panna cotta that I made from Remy's ebook, Morning Light. I'll link her ebook down below. If you guys haven't heard of Veggiekins, I don't know what you're doing. She is like the aesthetic queen, especially for matcha. So anyway, that is everything that I ate today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want any of the recipes, I'll link them down below because both of them live on my blog. And I hope you guys have a delicious day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.